Now, here's a question for you. This is...
Not another one, a question?
We got more of them.
We got a million of them. All right, what you got?
Ton's favorite cartoon, Pro Stars.
Wait, how'd you start that? On what?
Ton's favorite, all-time favorite cartoon, Pro Stars.
My favorite cartoon,
Ton?
Pro Stars. Yep.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's so hilarious to me. It's like sometimes these shows that like crop up out of nowhere that nobody has asked me about in all these years, and then you find somebody who's like, they're the biggest fan of that one show, and you go, "What? I haven't talked about that in a billion years." Yeah, Pro Stars.
It's
baby.
been a while since I've seen it, but why was Gretzky always talking about food?
Oh boy.
Is he kind of a dullard in real life?
So hold on. You're in Minnesota, and you're big hockey fans.
Yeah.
And you are asking the wrong guy. Again, Ton, I'm sorry I'm going to say this, but I was just a hired gun. I go in, I show up, I read these scripts, and I go, okay, cool, that's fine. Mostly I don't ask. I think that was just a gimmick that they used for that particular show, kind of a hook for Gretzky. It's like, what are you going to do with, Wayne Gretzky and Bo Jackson and, Michael Jordan? You got to find a little something kind of silly, cartoonish, I guess, for each of the characters to keep them. I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy. I'm just the voice of the guy.
Gretzky got stuck as a comedic foil, and Bo Jackson sold Nikes. I know.
But it's funny how sometimes I feel like that's the role I end up falling into myself. I end up being the kind of the silly comedic dumb guy in these shows. Whether it's a I was going to say I'm not a dumb guy, but you know what I mean. It's like sort of the naive, the kind of comedic, silly. I mean, that was Michelangelo. It was Wayne Gretzky. It was even the Tick. These sort of guileless, naive, gee whiz, ha ha ha, kind of simpletons that I end up playing. It just occurred to me. I'm going to have to go back and research that.
I'm sure that wasn't some kind of commentary on you at all. It was just...
But yeah, no, I couldn't tell you about the Gretzky thing on that. But the fact that you even remember the show is hilarious to me.
Yeah,
I mean, I try wearing my, Pro Stars, big Pro Stars Letterman jacket around and try to drum up some business, and nobody ever remembers what it is. What is that? Prozo is a cartoon I did. Yeah. Okay.
Well, that was a little more popular than the Teen Wolf cartoon, wasn't it?
It was more popular than Teen Wolf?
The cartoon, not Michael J. Fox.
You know
Teen
what?
Wolf.
No, I know what you're saying, but I don't know. I suppose it depends on who you ask. It's so amazing to me that there are fan groups who remember specific things, from the whenever. And, I've had people call me up specifically about, the Teen Wolf series, specifically about Where's Waldo, believe it or not, Fraggle Rock, Gem. Oh, my gosh, there's a whole Gem Con convention, that goes on every year. And, they're always asking me, can you come out to Gem Con this year? And I'm like, you guys got to be kidding. That was a cartoon. And I was like a voice in this thing. It's like, what's the big deal? But they're fans for all this stuff. So it doesn't. I'm not. Listen, I'm not the one to say, here this one makes more sense to me than this one or this one or this one or this one, because it just doesn't. What it ends up being is, what impacted you as a kid when you were watching TV and something hit you, something hooked you about something, or maybe just listening to the radio, and you heard something in the voice or the song or the lyric or the whatever that made you just go, holy mackerel, I like that. I like feel that. That is, I get that. And you become a fan. You start listening, you start watching. It becomes like a little part of your universe. And then that's it for you. It's like me when I was a kid. Listen, this is going to sound stupid, but when I was a kid, growing up in the in the 60s and early 70s, watching the Monkees on TV was huge for me. It was huge. I was a huge Monkees fan. And I think maybe, Dustin, it was you on your Facebook page admitted to being a Cranberries fan.
There you go.
Yeah, and you say, listen, you get to a point where you stop arguing with it, and you go, it makes me feel good. I like it. Okay, leave me alone. And well, it was the same way with me with the Monkees. It's like everybody else was all about the Stones and the Beatles and stuff. And it's like, yeah, but it's not what I'm talking about. The Monkees are hilarious. They make me laugh, and it was a whole different thing. So I was a way bigger Monkees fan. If you're going to compare it, I was a way bigger Monkees fan than I was a Beatles fan. And I was a way bigger Beatles fan than I was a Stones fan. So, I mean, if you're going to judge it by, well, do you have the entire bubblegum and sticker pack of all the trading cards of the Monkees so that you can turn them all over and make the entire, 2 foot by 3 foot poster, yeah, then I was a fan. Because I could do that.
That's awesome.
And I had all those cards, man. All bundled together, numbered 1 through 189. All wrapped up in a rubber band and stuff, and it all got pitched in a garbage can someplace along the way, probably around 1971. And so in 1993, when I got this part on a show called The Tick, and I went to do my first episode with Mickey Dolenz, who was the drummer in the Monkees and was my biggest hero because I was a sort of pseudo wannabe drummer when I was, in junior high. And I met Mickey. It was like, now my knees are knocking. Now I'm a fanboy because I'm typically not really that starstruck, but if in a few instances, and that was one of them, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I met Mickey Dolenz, and he's my sidekick. It was like, no way. This is somehow something's gotten too big in my world, in my brain here to try and comprehend what's going on. This is like Mickey Dolenz. Okay, this is completely out of place. But yes, he's your sidekick. Nice to meet you. Hi, sidekick. Sidekick. I can't believe
Oh man.
That's how I felt when I first met Ton, actually.
Why?
Well, I was already doing a radio show, and it was all funk, and Dusty really likes the funk music, and I was JC the Love Doctor at that point in time. So
not the love. Wait, whoa, not the Love Doctor.
Yeah, I was at that point in time.
You were JC the Love Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Listen, just sit back, relax. You got JC the Love Doctor, right? Which is.
Yeah, I did something like that at that point in time, and Dusty couldn't handle it. As you stated previously, his knees were a knocking.
My knees were a knocking, baby. Oh my gosh.